Imagine a single bullet, traveling over a mile, bending time and distance, and changing the fate of a battlefield. Today we're counting down the top 8 sniper rifles that can punch through a mile, the weapons that turn ordinary marksmen into legends. Stay with us. Some of these rifles aren't just accurate, they rewrite what long range actually means. Welcome back to Machine Squad, the channel for the serious gearheads and history buffs who love big facts, sharp visuals, and weapons that change history. We break down the tech, the tactics, and the stories behind the tools of modern warfare. If you want crisp analysis and cinematic storytelling, hit subscribe and ring that bell. Now, let's get one thing straight, a mile is not a playground. Hitting targets that far takes engineering, discipline, and a cartridge that won't quit. These 8 rifles, they've all done it, and some of them did it when doing so meant the difference between victory and disaster. Hitting a target over a mile away isn't just about a long barrel and a steady hand. Wind, humidity, temperature, Coriolis effect, bullet ballistic coefficient, and even the shooter's heartbeat matter. The rifles on this list combine modern ballistics, specialized optics, and match-grade ammo, and many have proven themselves in combat and record books. Let's start with number 8, Remington 700, Custom, 338 Lapua and 300 Win Mag builds. The Remington 700 is a platform, a legend, and the backbone of countless custom long-range builds. Out of the box, it's a dependable bolt action, but the real magic happens when gunsmiths feed it heavy hitters like the 300 Winchester Magnum or the 338 Lapua Magnum at a match-grade barrel, and fit an FFP, first focal plane, scope with a mill-based reticle. Details, why on list, why it makes the list, modularity and proven accuracy. The 700 platform has been the basis for police and military precision rifles for decades. With a 300 Win Mag and premium ammo, skilled shooters consistently push past 1,600 meters, well over a mile. The 338 Lapua builds push even further. Anecdote, many special units favored 700-based rifles during the late 20th and early 21st centuries because the platform was simple, easy to maintain, and brutally effective when hand-built by a master smith. Accuracy. International Arctic Warfare Magnum, a WMF. From cold polar winds to desert thermals, one rifle has earned a merciless reputation for hitting at distance, the Accuracy International AWM. Designed for extreme range work, and chambered in 300 Win Mag, or 338 Lapua Magnum, the AWM is a factory-built precision tool, not a cobbled-together custom. Details, why unlist factory match barrels, chassis designed for shooter ergonomics and rugged reliability. The AWM has been used by UK, US, and NATO marksmen. With the right ammo, this rifle has been credited with multiple confirmed shots beyond 1,500 meters. Anecdote, the British SAS and other units favored the AWM in operations where long reach and consistent accuracy mattered, and it earned its place in the modern sniper's toolbox. Sako TRG-42, 338 Lapua Magnum. Precision comes with a premium, and Sako's TRG-42 is that premium. Designed from the ground up for the 338 Lapua, the TRG-42 blends Scandinavian build quality with match-grade performance. Details, why on list, exceptional bedding, superb triggers, and barrels engineered for consistent harmonics. Operators documented hits near and beyond the mile mark using specialized long-range rounds. The TRG-42 is quiet, accurate, and built to be depended on. Anecdote, special forces and police units in Europe and beyond chose Sako for its fit and finish and cold weather performance, and because it rarely needed field tweaks to shoot match-grade groups at distance. Barrett M82, Accuracy International S50, big bore bolt, and semi-auto options. If you want a rifle that combines anti-material power with long-range precision, you get into the realm of big calibers and heavy barrels. Barrett's M98 and rifles like the semi-auto S50 answer a different question. How do you reach out past a mile and still have stopping power? Details, why on list, while 338 Lapua dominates the mile-range conversation for precision, larger calibers like 50 BMG can outrange almost anything and do serious structural damage. The M98 is a purpose-built bolt rifle capable of extreme range shots. Semi-automatic anti-material rifles like the S50 provide follow-up capability and mobility. Anecdote, 50 BMG shots have been recorded at extreme ranges, sometimes beyond 2,000 meters. But remember, the trajectory and recoil make repeatable, surgical long-range hits far more challenging than with lighter, match-grade long-range cartridges. McMillan TAC-50, 50 BMG. The McMillan TAC-50 is the platform behind some of the longest confirmed sniper kills in history. Chambered in 50 BMG, it's the king of reach and terminal energy. Details: why on list, rigid bedding, massive barrel harmonics tuned for the 50, and the ability to place heavy projectiles on distant targets. The TAC-50 is not for lightweight missions, it's for long-range overwatch, anti-material tasks, and momentous shots. Historical note: in recent conflicts, marksmen using TAC-50 derivatives recorded some of the longest confirmed kills on record. These shots required top-tier ballistics teams in perfect conditions, but they proved what massive caliber accuracy can do. CheyTac M200 intervention, 408 CheyTac. 375 CheyTac. CheyTac rewrote the rulebook with a platform built specifically for extreme accuracy. The M200 intervention was designed to minimize dispersion and max out ballistic performance at extreme ranges. Details: why on list? The 408 and 375 CheyTac cartridges deliver high ballistic coefficients and supersonic stability well past a mile. CheyTac's focus on custom bullets, precise chambers, and advanced optics makes the system a favorite for competition and specialized military use. Technical highlight: CheyTac shooters use Doppler, advanced ballistic calculators, and environmental sensors to make near-miraculous shots happen. The system isn't plug-and-play, it's a precision instrument for trained teams. Anecdote: in extreme range competitions and select covert operations, intervention rifles have demonstrated hits at extreme ranges that other rifles could only dream of matching, provided the shooter and the data were flawless. Barrett M82, M107, 50 BMG, semi-automatic. Ask most militaries what they reach for when they need a semi-automatic 50 BMG, and the answer will be Barrett. The M82 and its U.S. military designation M107 delivered anti-material capability with semi-auto fire, revolutionizing long-range engagements. Details: why on list? While bolt action, 50s often edge out semi-autos in pure precision, the M82's semi-auto action provides rapid, follow-up shots and anti-vehicle capability at long ranges. It's brutal, simple, and built to be fired from vehicle platforms or fixed positions. Historical note: deployed widely in late 20th and early 21st century conflicts, the M82 proved effective against vehicles, communications equipment, and long-range personnel suppression. It's rugged, proven, and a staple of many armies. 338 Lapua Magnum bolt guns, modern custom precision rifles like a IAXMC, Sako TRG-42 variants, McMillan TAC-338. The crown, and for good reason, goes to the modern 338 Lapua systems. Why? Because this caliber offers a nearly perfect compromise: supersonic flight past a mile, devastating terminal performance, and comparatively manageable recoil for consistent, repeatable precision. Details: why pound 1? Rifles like the Accuracy International AXMC, McMillan TAC-338, and specialized Remington, Sako builds using the 338 Lapua are engineered to dominate the 1,500-2,000 meter envelope. With the right bullets, high ballistic coefficient, factory or custom match rounds, and a talented spotter, shooters put rounds on target where smaller calibers struggle. Tech tidbit: the 338 Lapua was designed to bridge the gap between 7.62mm NATO and the massive 50 BMG, and it does so brilliantly. It stays supersonic farther, resists crosswinds better, and allows a trained sniper to make repeated precision shots at distances that were once the exclusive domain of anti-material rifles. Combat anecdote: special operations units and designated long-range teams around the world adopted 338 Lapua rifles when they needed precision kills beyond what 7.62 could reliably provide, and without the logistical or tactical penalties of a 50 BMG system. Today, the rifle is only half the system. Laser rangefinders, ballistic apps that input temperature, altitude, humidity, wind, and even Coriolis adjustments, and spotter scopes with range cards turn talented marksmen into precision teams. Data-driven shooting is the reason hits beyond a mile are no longer myth, they're engineered. Quick myth check: a bigger caliber always equals more accuracy. False. Bigger can equal more range or terminal power, but accuracy and repeatability often favor optimized cartridges, like 338 Lapua or 408 CheyTac. Also, extreme range shots are rarely solo feats. Spotters, meteorology, and rehearsed procedures make the shot possible. These systems are powerful. They're tools of defense in extreme precision. Responsible handling, legal compliance, and ethical considerations must always come first. This channel explains and analyzes We don't endorse misuse. Thinking like an operator, choose your system for mission needs. Want mobility and semi-auto capability? Consider a Barrett M82, M107. Want surgical, repeatable precision at extreme range? Look to 338 Lapua bolt guns or CheyTac setups. Need anti-material effects? A 50 BMG will get the job done. What's next for mile-range shooting? Guided projectiles, enhanced ballistic computing, and even hybrid electro-optic rounds could shift the equation. Add AI enhanced ballistic solutions, and the long-range battlefield becomes more data-driven than ever. To finish, a story. In modern engagement reports, precision teams using 338 Lapua systems quietly removed high-value threats at distances that would have been impossible 2 decades ago. Those shots didn't come from luck. They were the product of system design, obsessive attention to detail, and people who practiced until the variables bowed to technique. Which rifle surprised you? Which would you take into the field? Drop your pick in the comments. Defend it hard. If you like this breakdown, smash the like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into the world's deadliest and most advanced weapons, and share this with a friend who loves ballistics. Machine Squad, where engineering meets the battlefield. See you in the next drop. End card. Subscribe. Watch next video suggestions, Patreon or social links.